Welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about a translation on a coordinate plane, but this time we're going to be talking about functions rather than geometric shapes. So, if you decide that you want to translate a function f of x equals x squared, that's this red function right here, which is what we call the parent function. And you want to translate it to become g of x equals quantity x plus 3 quantity squared. When I say quantity, I just mean the business inside the parentheses. If you say x plus 3, you might expect that that would move 3 units to the right based on what you know about geometric figures. But you can see when you look at any individual point on this parent function, it moves, in fact, 3 units to the left. And what's happening there is if you have, let's look at this point right here on the new function. If you take that point, that's -1, 4. Okay, so x equals -1. If you plug that into g of x, you have -1 plus 3 squared, which is 2 squared, equals 4. That's the same thing that you would get at x equals 2 in the original function. So when we're dealing with x, the translation does pretty much the opposite of what you might expect at first glance. Not unexpectedly then, if you start with x squared and you go to quantity x minus 4 squared, so now we have x minus something. I'm just using a because it can be 4 or 10 or a million. X minus anything, it's going to go to the right by that amount. However, when you're dealing with translation in y, it works about like what you'd expect. Translations in the horizontal or the x direction happen inside that parentheses with the x. But anything that affects y happens just at the end. It's something added or subtracted to the entire function. So if I add 1 to the entire function, I move every single point up 1 unit. This point goes up 1 unit. This point goes up 1 unit. Every point moves up 1 unit. And moving down, same thing. If you have an x squared or any function, whatever your parent function is, if you subtract something, it's going to go down. In this case, down 6 units. Okay, well, we can combine them. We can move both horizontally and vertically. So, this is x plus 1, so we know that should be left. And this is a minus 4 at the end, so that should be 4 down. Now, if you look at the graph, you'll see that's exactly what happens. This vertex point at 0, 0 goes down to -1, -4. And the point at, let's just look at 1, 1 and 2, 4 on the original points. So 1, 1 goes 1 to the left and 4 down. So it is now right here. Trying to make a point. There we go. Right there. 1 to the left, so it's at 0, and 4 down, so it's at -3, just like we'd expect. And the point here at 2, 4 moves down, moves to the left 1, so 1, 0, right there. So this moves left and down. Okay, that's really all there is to it. See if you can figure this one out.